Erin, what the hell are you doing?
This is on my kombucha brewing station.
Okay.
So right now we're going to rebottle this kombucha. So here
Oh my
is my
goodness.
SCOBY, which is a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, which my boyfriend calls ham because it looks like luncheon meat ham.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is, if I were
It
to
looks
put them in the
like
hotel,
ham!
you can like tear them apart. Yeah.
You grew that?
I grew that, and then you give it a little bit of its juice.
And this is just tea and sugar.
Tea, sugar,
fermented.
and that thing on top of it.
For 8 days?
For 5. This has been in for 7 days, but I like it around 5. And then you take what's left in here, and it's got weird yeasty snot things in it. And you pour it in bottles, and you can see it's starting to be a little bit fizzy. When it'll sit in these bottles for another 2 days beside the refrigerator because it's warm, and it'll get even fizzier. But, like, you could drink it right now, and it tastes like kombucha.
Right.
It's just not as fizzy.
And why should we drink kombucha? Tell my mom, because I feel like my mom should know this.
You should drink kombucha because it has the same active cultures like yogurt. It makes your poops
good for your vag.
regular. Good for your vag, good for your poops.
Yeah.
Good for your digestive system. If you're in China, apparently it's like good for cancer and AIDS.
Yeah.
Apparently it's just a really healthy, good thing. It's also a little bit alcoholic.
Great.
So it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
If you're an alcoholic.
Gives you energy.
Gives you energy because it's caffeinated, but not too caffeinated. And although you brew it with white sugar, the SCOBY eats the white sugar. So by the time you drink it, it's not a super sugary drink.
And are you going to drink one of those each morning? Or is this like a couple of days?
I normally drink these two, like these size. I'll drink one of those in the morning. This one will last me a few more days. Because the whole bottling process it's to sit in here for 5 days. And you sit over there for a few days.
Right.
So, yeah, one of these, or this batch, each batch should last me about 7 days.
This is very inspiring. I really feel like I want to start doing this. I probably won't, but I want to, you know?
I thought that I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah, but then you started doing it and you liked it. Yeah.
And a lot of people use glass, this big container I'm pouring from. A lot of people say glass. But I use plastic because it's easier to handle.
Yeah.
And as long as you use food-grade plastic, which on the bottom has a triangle with a 1 or a 2 in it.
Oh.
A little triangle with the 1.
Okay.
That's a food-grade plastic. But don't pour your water in it too hot because one time I poured my tea in it when it was too hot. And this happened.
Oh, that looks bad.
So don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Makes a cool vase.
Yeah.
And that's kombucha. And then once I get this in there, I let my new tea sit to room temperature. That's important. Because if it's too hot, it'll kill your SCOBY. And you put your sugar in, your tea in, your juice, and your SCOBY on top, and you let it sit for another 5 days.
And you have kombucha! And then your poops are nice!
And then you got awesome poops and not itchy vagina!
And that's how Erin makes kombucha!
Yay.
Kombucha!